If you're on the audition circuit right now, you know as well as I do the emotional roller coaster that they can produce in us. My name's Jenny Clift. I'm a professional violinist as well as an EFT tapping coach. And when I discovered EFT, emotional freedom techniques, it helped me so much with auditions, with leading up to auditions, and with getting over auditions when they didn't go so well. Today I wanted to share with you 5 of the deepest reasons why auditions feel like emotional roller coasters. And then we're going to do some tapping to help to calm the nervous system and to bring down some of the stress that we're feeling. So yes, number 1, that uncertainty of the outcome. We just don't know what's going to happen. We can be as prepared as we want, but there are parts of the process that we just cannot control. We don't know who else will be there. We don't know exactly who they're looking for. And we also don't know how we're going to perform on the day in the face of this anxiety or fear. So all of that can, of course, produce sometimes we're hopeful and excited, sometimes we're in the depths of despair, and this can be exhausting. Number 2 is that pressure to perform perfectly. We've all heard the stories or even experienced the stories of them banging on the table after just one wrong note. And this creates so much tension which we really don't need in that moment. We know that we should be performing in a relaxed, comfortable fashion, and yet our body is in that fight or flight mode. And the fear of judgment, we know they're going to judge us. It's a part of the process, and it can create immense pressure and immense self-judgment. So this self-doubt that comes up and the lack of belief in ourselves, which can be triggered so badly. What about past experiences? We hold past experiences, especially when they didn't go so well, not only in our thoughts and our emotions, but also in our body. We have those memories of the fear, the trembling, all the things that went wrong. We can remember those moments of seeing the panel maybe looking disapproving, or afterwards the kind of feelings that we felt. And it's really hard to go into a new audition with new energy and feeling hopeful once again. So it's very important to do some clearing, some healing between these audition opportunities that we have. Number 4 is that terrible one of comparing ourselves to others, but it feels like the whole audition system is set up just to do that. Of course, that's what they're doing. They're comparing all the other people in the room. And that terrible moment of before, when we're preparing and we're getting warmed up and we can hear everyone else, and that terrible feeling of, oh my goodness, they're better than me, they can play that excerpt more than I can. It creates so much anxiety within us, and depending on the kind of person you are, I know some people that pressure, that comparison can actually improve and up their game. But I think for many of us, it leads to that feeling of hopelessness and despair and powerlessness. And we do not want to transmit that in our performance. Number 5 is another big one, identity and self-worth, because auditions really feel like they evaluate your worth as an artist, as a professional. Your reputation can feel on the line, especially if there are other people listening, and these emotional ups and downs depending on how you performed in that moment. So as you can see, all of these are really affect us, and not just as a musician, but as a person. So we're going to do some EFT tapping. As we tap round these acupressure points, we're bringing down cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and we're rewiring the brain, rewiring the fight or flight nervous system. So just tap round the points with me and repeat back what I say, and we're going to do a couple of rounds. The first one, we're going to just acknowledge all these fears and doubts, and then we're going to move into a more positive round to get into a good place so you can keep going with your preparation even on the day of the audition. So starting on the side of the hand, just repeat with me. Even though auditions make me feel like I'm on an emotional roller coaster with all this pressure and uncertainty, I deeply and completely accept myself and all these feelings. Even though I go up and down with this whole process, and the highs can be very high and the lows are very low, and I accept myself and all of these different feelings. Even though I feel so much pressure and it's really hard to stay calm and on an even keel, I deeply and completely accept and honor myself, recognizing that this is really hard. Now we'll go around the points. I feel the uncertainty of the outcome and all the fear and anxiety, all the hope to do well, all the desire to win this audition, and all those fears about the result. And I feel so much pressure. I have to perform perfectly. And that just feels overwhelming. And I'm so worried about what others think, what the panel will think of me, what anyone else listening will think, and when I have to tell my friends and family, especially if I don't pass this. Past auditions have made me feel nervous and insecure. I really fear that I'm not good enough, and that this is an old pattern I can't break. And I worry that my worth as an artist depends on this. Sometimes it's so hard to feel my value. I fear I won't measure up, that I won't have the strength to get through this. And I can't help but feel all these emotions right now. All the anxiety and fear, all the potential shame and embarrassment, all the worry and nerves. I feel them in my body. I feel them in my head. It's so hard to deal with this. I suggest you do this a couple of times just to acknowledge and recognize what is going on inside. And then let's do a short round to get into a more calm, relaxed, positive place. So again, on the side of the hand, even though I've been feeling all these intense pressures and emotions, I choose to calm myself and step into my power and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I've been feeling all these negative feelings, I choose to come back to a place of peace and lean into what I know. Even though this roller coaster has been really rough, I'm giving myself a moment of calm and reminding myself of everything I know and the strength that is within me. I am calming my mind and body now. I'm letting go of all this pressure I've been feeling. I trust in my abilities and my unique gifts. I am strong, capable, and resilient. I've got this far and I can go further. I release the need for perfection and I trust the process. I am grounded, centered, and in control. I am worthy of success and peace. I choose to feel calm, empowered, and confident. I trust in my journey and in the timing of this journey. And I'm ready for whatever comes next. Okay, so stop tapping, just take a deep breath in. Hopefully this script helps to replace the anxiety with a sense of grounding and more calm. And if you're interested in this audition journey and clearing more of the fears, check out the description below. I'm starting a series of 5 workshops soon called Audition Alchemy, and it's all about replacing these nerves, the doubts, the fears with empowerment and feeling really good about yourself on this journey. Thanks for tapping with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.